From Busch Stadium, it'll be Javier Assad facing this Cardinals lineup presented by Ford. Weatherholt, Walker, and Burleson. Herrera catches, Newbar at right. Win toward...
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Bottom of the first, and the defensive alignment today is sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handle. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com, Patrick.
First pitch by Javier Assad for his afternoon of work is taken for a strike by the left-handed batting J.J. Weatherholt. Weatherholt just 1 for 10 in this series. He'll hit a ground ball toward the middle, ranging to his right corner. Gloves, plants the foot, throws to first to get him. Second baseman, you got to plant that right foot. You don't want to be off balance making that throw. And that's out number 1.
And that will be the key for Javier Assad. If we keep saying 4-3, 6-3, 5-3, 3-1, that means Javi's sinker is working along with the change in slider, and that makes for a good day for Assad.
He's been one of the unsung heroes of this Cubs team, Ron. You look at what he's done. 6 wins, 1 loss, which is great right away. Here's a foul off to the right, but he didn't begin the year in the rotation.
Right.
He was called into service, and his ERA has been respectable, but he's kept the Cubs in almost every one of his games. For one thing, he hasn't lost a game in about 3.5 months. His only loss was to the Phillies in April. Another way to look at it, he has not lost a game in his last 15 appearances. And there are a lot of pitchers who wish they could say that.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Here is a swing and a foul back by Jordan Walker. Walker just 1 for 10. The Cubs doing a very good job on the first 3 men in the order in this 3-game series. A 4-game series, actually, here in St. Louis. But Weatherholt, Walker, and Burleson all just 1 for 10. And they are the top 3 hitters and 3 of their very best hitters. Pop fly might be playable. Right side running over Kelly, the catcher. It's going to be out of play.
Well, they've done a good job of staying away from the power area, that inside and down to Walker. And, you know, they've been a lot of off-speed pitches to Walker in this series. A lot of spin, a lot of breaking balls away and change-ups away.
Nothing game, bottom of the first. Assad now working on Jordan Walker, 1-2. The pitch low and outside. It's 2-2.
Beautiful day here in St. Louis. The heat is kind of broke here, so it's in the mid-80s instead of the high 90s.
Check swing. That's strike 3 called. I'm not sure if the umpire Jones ruled it a called third strike or if he thought the batter Walker swung. Either way, he's out number 2.
Yeah, I think this is on the pitch call. Just a little bit of a delayed call. A little two-seamer starts out away and comes back to the outside part of the plate. Very good pitch by Assad. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
First pitch to the left-handed batting Burleson is outside. Javier Assad celebrating a birthday today, 29 years old. Here's a big chop toward first and foul. I did think he looked a little bit taller this morning, didn't you?
He's growing, huh?
It says here in the game notes, Feliz cumpleaños. And I sure hope that means happy birthday. Our engineer Jim Hewer says it means you're standing on my foot. Here is a pitch taken high for a ball. The count 2-1.
Well, Jim, good luck today.
Not quite the same message as happy birthday.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch outside. 3-1 now to Alec Burleson. Again, a very disappointing crowd. It's been small crowds for the entire series. And another small crowd today. The 3-1 on the way. High fly ball to right. Shallow and playable for Conforto. Looking up into the sunshine and snatching it for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 for Assad. We go to the second. 0-0 game on the score. And the Northwestern.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
It's rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the eighth. She's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
Here it comes. Swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right center field. It's got a chance. Thomas at the wall, and it is off the wall, and it bounces by both fielders. Caratini scores. Lee's going to score. Royce Lewis has tripled home the winning runs.
3-2 offering. Swung on in the air. Right center field and deep. Back goes the center fielder. Leaping at the wall. It is caught. Oh, I don't believe it. What a catch by Dane Myers.
Dom blasts another one dead center field. An unbelievable night here at Dodger Stadium.
Sandy Alcantara on his 97th pitch gets through 7 shutout innings.
The Tigers score in every inning with a 19-hit attack. Final score, the Tigers even up this series at a game apiece.
The score top of 2 in the second inning is brought to you by CS Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that fit every time.
Ian Happ will try to get a hit right now to get something going in the Cubs' second inning. 0-0 game, bright sunshiny day here in St. Louis. Andre Palante delivers to Ian. It's a strike, 0-1. Happ 2 for 10 in the first 3 games of this set. Nico Horner on deck, and then Michael Conforto. The right-hander with a very simple windup brings it. Change-up is down low. Palante landed a bit awkwardly that time on that pitch.
We were saying last inning, beautiful day here. When we get off the plane to come into St. Louis, it was 98 degrees. Now today, the high is going to be 85. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis.
Happ takes one down low and inside, 2-1. The audiences last night, 31,000, 29 and 24 in the first 2 games. The Cardinals are a little bit down. They're at 500. They still have a chance to make a wild card spot. Here comes the 2-1. Happ bounces one toward the middle. Backhanded by Weatherholt, and he'll throw to first in time. Good footwork by Weatherholt. Planted the foot. Made a strong throw to get Happ. One away, the batter Nico Horner in a 0-0 game.
Yeah, Weatherholt's one of those guys. The more we see him play, the more he impresses also. He's hitting leadoff for this Cardinal team, and, he's got 15 home runs this season so far, and you look around the league, there's some good second base play all around the league right now.
Cubs have Nico Horner at the plate, and he plays second base, of course.
You've got some guys that vie for that all-star slot at second base, and there's a lot of good ones.
Nico having a good series, 6 for 9 so far in the first 3 games, hitting .253. Having a good second half, getting a lot of base hits. Swings and misses. I like the way he's been spraying the ball around, Ron.
Yeah, that's him. When he's going good, he's from line to line. He gets a breaking ball that hangs, he pulls it, and can pull it down the left field line. If he's hard stuff and it's up and away or down and away, he uses the other side of the field. That's when he is at his best.
The 0-2 to Nico. Poke foul down the first base line.
Spoil a little fastball away or a little slider, something going away from him. The one thing about Palante is because of that over-the-top delivery, a lot of his pitches end up kind of looking like they're cutting away from the right-handed hitters.
0-2 to Nico, bounced back to the mound. Palante will throw him out. Low throw, dug out by Burleson. It always surprises me when a pitcher who makes his living by being able to throw the ball to a certain spot, when he makes a throwing error playing defense. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, it certainly doesn't, but boy, that is one you got to put in the memory bank right there. Palante, for the rest of this game even. Now you understand that he may have an issue throwing to the bases.
Michael Conforto batting, and he'll take inside the left-handed batter. Conforto hitting .242. So you might think about laying down a bunt or two.
Well, you would definitely think about doing something to get the ball in his hands and make him throw to the bases.
Here's a ball outside, and the count 2-0. We've seen pitchers that have had that issue. John Lester would be a good example. As great as John was, here's a pitch in there for a strike. He had major issues throwing the ball to first.
Did not like throwing the ball to the bases at all. I think guys get so locked into their delivery and everything, and then they lose that feel throw, that touch throw.
Conforto hits a big chopper to the second baseman, Weatherholt, and he throws out Conforto to end the inning. 3 ground balls, 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of inning number 2 we go. 0-0 game.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
No, that's a different kind of historical vibe.
DOMO having a laugh over there. Ortiz went flying into that bag, and he got a big laugh up right there. You saw.
There you see the power in his swing. Just
he had no idea where it went.
The beauty of being outside, wildlife doesn't care that there's a baseball game going on. We've got some raccoons on the field.
yes.
Yes, Scooter, you made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So, at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own holy cow. I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
Contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
One of the things I'm happiest back is Cubs Fantasy Camp at Sloan Park. Live big league games, and you live out your big league dream at Sloan Park. Cubs alumni and pro instruction. Get full clubhouse access, play daily games, and a shot at the championship game on the main field. Visit Cubs.com/fantasy camp. And Pat, I've been going to fantasy camp for a long time for the Cubs and the Twins years ago. But the Cubs camp is back, and I know the guys that are running it, they do a very good job. So if you're interested in still playing and having a great time in a baseball uniform, Cubs fantasy camp is back.
Ivan Herrera leads off the Cardinals' second inning. Took the first couple of pitches out of the zone. Here's a strike, 2-1. And Sloan Park, Rob, what a beautiful facility that is. It's got to be the best spring training facility I've ever seen.
Yeah, it really is. And, for all the Cub fans that get a chance to go down there and the fantasy campers, it's just so much fun.
Bounce to third, a charging Bregman, gloves it, sidearm running throw, gets him. He makes that running throw about as well as anybody I've seen.
Yeah, he really does. That play coming in, and he knows just how much time he's got. That there's that internal clock that all infielders have to have, and he's got it. And he has done a very nice job playing defense for the Cubs this season.
Here's Lars Nootbaar, scoreless game, second inning. Nootbaar takes outside, but that play by the third baseman, you're basically running toward the plate and throwing the ball to first base. Yeah. Now, if you're not careful, you can make that throw wide over toward where the coaching box is, and you're going to miss your mark. So you really have to overcompensate.
Yeah, you know, it's like for a golfer playing the slice. You know, you're running in and you throw it outside of the bag on the right field side and let it come back to the first base bag.
Big leaguers make it look simple. It's not.
No, it's one of those skills. That play in particular is one of those things that you have to do over and over and over to be consistent at it.
Swing and a miss by Lars Nootbaar. Well, I know you prided yourself on your defense as well as your hitting. There's a chopper foul at first. You said something a minute ago. Is there any substitute for just taking grounder after grounder after grounder and making throw after throw? Practice.
You have to do it. There's what we see at the ballpark nowadays, which I really like, is the infield instructors with just about every team.
Nootbaar takes inside 2-2.
They do these little short drills where they're throwing or hitting balls close to each other, to the infielders, and working on their hands and getting their hands engaged in short hops and things like that.
Fastball just missed. Assad thought he had him. It was close, near the inside corner. No challenge by Carson Kelly, the Cub catcher. Very close pitch. It's ball 4.
Yep, went with four-seamer inside and just 2 in a row just missed that corner. But then, to your point, you have to take a lot of ground balls. You've got to take ground balls, and not only take the ground balls, but you've got to throw to the bases. You've got to continue the play, not just catch the ball. And do it over and over and over to be consistent.
Mason Wynn, the batter. Wynn hitting just .241. Toss to first. And Nootbaar dives back in. Nootbaar becomes the Cardinals' first base runner of the day. Scoreless game, bottom of inning number 2. Mason Wynn, 4 hits in 12 at-bats in the series. He will take a fastball away, ball 1.
He's got a good fastball today. He's topped out so far at 95 miles an hour. The last one, 94, just missed the corner.
The right-hander ready in the 1-0. Low and outside, backhanded by Kelly. Carson Kelly, by the way, drafted by this Cardinal organization in the second round back in 2012. I remember when he played for St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
He's become a much better hitter over the years.
Yeah, he's a very complete player, there's no doubt.
Fastball is high. Now it's 3-0. You've walked a man. Now you're 3-0 on the next batter. And Assad wants a brand new ball. Cardinals have a very tough first 3 hitters, but I would say they don't have what you'd call a deep lineup. Here comes the 3-0, and that's going to be in there for a strike. For example, after the number 3 hitter in the order, and that would be Burleson, there's not a single batting average above 248 for the final 6 hitters.
Makes it difficult to score a lot of runs if you're not swinging the bat well that whole bottom 2/3 of the lineup.
Ball 4, back-to-back walks. The pitch upstairs to Mason Wynn. And now Assad kind of wandering around, upset with himself. Tommy Hotovy notices that. He's going to go out and just settle him down and let him take a little breather. Brian Torres is due up. Ron.
Yeah, Javi trying to be just a little too fine with that fastball around the edges of the zone. And for him, with the good movement that he has on his 2-seamer, sometimes you just be aggressive and throw it in there and let the movement of your pitch take over and let them hit the ground ball. It seems like to me he's trying to pitch for the strikeout and stay right around the edges of the strike zone.
All of the infielders around Assad listening to Tommy Hotovy. And now the home plate umpire, Tyler Jones, goes out and decides to break up the conference.
I think he said something like, guys, it's a travel day for all of us today.
Yeah, they got planes to catch.
We can move it along, you know, he's got that 6:30 reservation.
You know, you don't think about that very often, but the umpires are always on the road, unless they happen to be in their hometown working a series. That occasionally happens. Now the left-handed batting Brian Torres fouls it away, but for the umpires, it's basically a 6-month road trip.
Yeah, how would you like to do that?
It's challenging, it's demanding, it's very difficult. And yes, they make a good living. Here comes the 0-1. Bouncing ball foul toward first. But that gets tough, you know, especially if you have young children or maybe somebody's not doing well at home to be gone for that long.
Yeah, you think we spend probably close to 90 nights in a hotel throughout the year as a traveling party with the Cubs.
Here's a base hit to left. This might drive in a run. Rounding third is Nootbaar. The throw home will not be in time. 1-0 St. Louis. Brian Torres with a sharp ground ball into left field. Stopping at second on the play, Wynn. And St. Louis leads 1-0. And the bases on balls come back to haunt immediately.
Yeah, Torres just takes his two-seamer away and doesn't try to do much with it other than just block it the other way. You know, with the way the defenses in the infield play now with the shifting, you know, Swanson way up the middle, so this ball hit right through the main shortstop spot, drives in the first run.
Blaze Jordan the batter, and he'll look at a strike. So back-to-back walks, that almost never has a happy ending, Ron, when you do that.
Yeah, Javi didn't, you know, both walks, it wasn't like he was missing by much, just, you know, width of a baseball maybe around the edges of the strike zone.
Jordan took inside 1-1. 400 feet to dead center here in St. Louis. 375 to the short alleys. The deeper alleys are more like 390. 335 down the line in right. 336 to the corner in left. And now the 1-2. A little fly ball into shallow right center. Playable for Conforto. Tagging from second and advancing to third is going to be Wynn. Holding at first on the play, Torres, and that's going to be out number 2. And it brings up the number 9 hitter, Nathan Church.
Pretty good little slider from Assad, and he gets a routine fly ball. That ball was not hit all that well, and it went pretty deep. I got to believe the ball is really going to carry in this warm weather here in St. Louis today.
Church, left-handed batter, hitting .224. 1 for 6 in this series. And shallow at third, about even with the bag, is Bregman. Bush holding the runner at first. Cardinals at first and third, 2 down. They lead 1-0. Final game in St. Louis between these two for the year here today. Here's a smash foul. Only 3 more games, all at Wrigley, and it's in the middle of August. August 14, 15, and 16. Cardinals will be the visiting team. Go to CUBS.com for tickets for that series and for all other games. Now the 1-1 instead of throw to first. A heavyweight homestand is awaiting the Cubs. The New York Yankees will be there tomorrow afternoon to start a series. The Los Angeles Dodgers come in on Monday for 3. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
There may not be an empty seat, period, for the next 6 days at Wrigley Field. And I mean not one.
Are you getting a few extra phone calls? And, hey, old pal, can you help me out with?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they were in town.
Gee, since I brought it up.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Inning over. Damage is minimal, but the Cardinals do take the lead with a run on 1 hit They leave a pair. We go to the third inning. St. Louis 1, Cubs nothing on the score in the Northwestern.
There's a shot deep to left, way back. Kiss it, goodbye. Home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
Here it comes. Swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right center field. It's got a chance, Thomas, at the wall, and it is off the wall, and it bounces by both fielders. Caratini scores. Lee's going to score. Royce Lewis has tripled home the winning runs.
3-2 offering. Swung on in the air, right center field and deep. Back goes the center fielder, leaping at the wall. It is caught! Oh, I don't believe it! What a catch by Dane Myers!
Tom blasts another one dead center field. An unbelievable night here at Dodger Stadium.
Sandy Alcantara on his 97th pitch gets through 7 shutout innings.
The Tigers score in every inning with a 19-hit attack. Final score, the Tigers even up this series at a game apiece.
I'm proud of it.
Third inning brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner, stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union, partner.
Carson Kelly will try to crank up a Cubs rally as he faces the right-hander Palante. First pitch on the way to Carson. Looper, shallow right center, falling in there for a base hit. Well, as you say, it's not always how hard you hit him, but where you hit him.
Yeah, and that's a fastball boring in on him. And when you get beat by a fastball inside, but you don't pull it, you hit it up the middle or the other way, usually good things happen. And Kelly dumps that one into short right center for the first hit for him of the game.
Dansby Swanson, the batter, 1 for 8 in this series. Right-hander against right-hander. And the pitch on the way to Dansby. It's inside for a ball.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs now have 2 hits against Palante for the day. Cubs trail 1-0. And now the 1-0. Dansby hits a ground ball wide of third. Glove by Jordan goes to second. Weatherholt turns it for a double play. Jordan showed good range at third. Moving over toward the hole, gloving it, firing it to second, and a good turn by Weatherholt. 2 down, nobody on.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play. Jordan goes hard to his left. Once he catches that ball, then it is literally just a game of catch. But the play was made by him going hard to his left and making the catch of that hard ground ball.
2 down, nobody on. Cardinals lead 1-0. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong. He takes high, and they get 2 outs, nobody on. He looking for something to hit over the wall.
Yeah, you're looking for something you can drive, absolutely.
Pete struck out to begin the ball game. His homer in the 10th inning last night for a while looked like it might be the game winner. Here comes the 1-0. Line drive down the right field line, fair ball, bouncing off the sidewall. Pete's going to hustle to second with a standing double. The ball hit that sidewall and then carried back into fair territory. Now the double play looks even more significant, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
Yeah, that ball smoked down the line. Burleson leaps and just missed catching it. Pete turned that into a double. Who's on Deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Let's see if Suzuki, I don't think he picked the ball up very well against Palante in that first at bat, Pat. See if he has a little better luck this at bat. after seeing some pitches.
Right-hander against right-hander. The lead at second by Pete Crow Armstrong. And the first pitch. Sayat takes the fastball inside for ball one. Outfield pretty much straight away, although the left fielder Torres over toward the alley. Left field line kind of wide open. Vellante glancing back at the lead of PCA. And now the 1-0, and that's going to miss for ball two. Pete is such a distraction for a pitcher, I got to believe, even when he's at second.
See, to me, this is where the infielder should help Vellante. Pete's at second base, 2 outs. If he steals, he steals. But you just concentrate on the hitter and not worry about him at second. But I agree with you. I think he really does get in a lot of pitchers' heads. And once again, Vellante steps off again. Doubles by Cubs hitter, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
Cubs are down by a run. 2 outs, a man at second. And Suzuki on the 2-0 pitch hits a ground ball toward the middle to his left. Gloving it is Wynn, throwing to first in time to end the inning. No runs on a couple of hits, a double play, and one.
At myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Time and temperature, sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Now, we got some special guests here in the booth, Patrick, and you just got a really cool gift. So can you tell us what you got?
Well, Steve Bell, my former high school teammate. We were also teammates on an all-star team that played in the Colt League World Series in 1970.
You've been talking about him, too. He could rake.
Oh, he was a line drive machine. 1 ball and no strikes on J.J. Weatherholt. And he played second base. He played a little of the other infield spots, but mainly second base. Line drive after line drive. Fun to watch. Except I was the utility man, and I kept waiting for one of the guys to go into a slump so I might get a chance to play. Never happened. It just never happened.
He wasn't giving up the at-bats, was he?
Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Weatherholt will take outside and high, 3-1.
Now, we heard his nickname was the Gunner, and I asked for basketball, how did you get the nickname? And we were wondering if it was self-proclaimed. If he just never gave up the ball, there's no sharing.
If I was open, I'd like to shoot baskets. Only if I was wide open.
3-2 is the count. Nobody out here in 1-0 game. And Pat, you just go ahead and we'll just hang out here for a while. You guys.
Fastball, strike three call to J.J. Weatherholt. Weatherholt is out number one. Cardinals lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third, and the batter is Jordan Walker.
Now, folks, there's been talk in the booth about a relay throw that Mr. Hughes made in a rainy game that ended up flying out of his hand, or as Buddy said, and into a parked car.
It was a Ford Fairlane, I believe. Here's a pitch down low, and the count is 1-0. We were playing a game in San Jose, raining cats and dogs. But we had to get the game in, so we kept playing. This guy hits a gapper, and I'm the cutoff man, shortstop. Here's a base hit to left. So I run out in shallow left center field, receive the throw, and Steve is playing second base. He's yelling, third, throw to third. So I roll around, and my two fingers, that you need to get control, right on the slick spot of the ball. I knew this was not going to have a happy ending. I threw it as hard as I could. I was way out in left center. Airmailed the third baseman's head over his head by 30 feet.
Oh, my.
And it landed in the parking lot, one hop up against a car. Here's a line drive base hit into center field. And stopping at second is Walker. So Burleson has a base hit, 2 men on, and nobody out, and it brings up Ivan Herrera. And Steve and I, we just both started laughing because it was such a wild throw, and the umpire waved him in, of course. So, the batter gets to circle the bases. It's embarrassing, but when a throw is bad, you feel not great. But when it's way over the guy's head, it's funny.
You can only you either laugh or cry. We're not going to cry. There's no crying in baseball, so we established that.
Herrera, the batter, bouncer to third. Bregman goes to second, one. Turned by Horner, that's a double play. And that's going to end the inning. Good job by Assad. And we are going to be going to inning number 4. Cardinals 1, Cubs nothing. This is...
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh, yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com.
Top of 4, Cubs down by a run. Michael Busch will lead it off for the Cubs.
Busch waiting for Palante. And this 4th inning about ready to get underway. Here's the first pitch. Bouncing ball right side, fielded by Weatherholt. Short toss to first in time. Cardinals lead 1-0. They got a run on a run-scoring single by Brian Torres in the 2nd inning.
Bushy first pitch swinging both at bats, and he hit a one hopper right at Weatherholt at second.
Here is Bregman batting. Bregman hit into a fielder's choice his first time. And Palante, who always, it's not really the set position, but he pauses in the middle of his wind-up delivery. Plants the right foot. It's as if he's in a set. He has the glove up in front of his neck. And then from there, he rocks back and brings it. And that's going to miss downstairs for ball 2. 2-0.
Out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app today. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Royals-Twins. Royals up 3-0 over the Twins. Not many games going on right now. White Sox and Yankees are playing. There's no score.
Bregman will take a strike, and the count 2-1 on Alex.
Got one final in. The Rays beat the Rangers 3-2 today, partner. We got the Bombers coming in tomorrow into Chicago.
Here's a foul off to the right, out of play. Milwaukee playing in the Bay Area against the Giants. That game is probably just about now starting or about to start.
Milwaukee's had their hands full with the Giants in this series.
They lost 2 of the first 3. And the 2-2 is down low for a ball. Final couple of days of July. This is when the pennant races really start to heat up, and you're going to start hearing wild cards. You're going to hear trading deadline news. Trading deadline is tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but let's see. Here's a ground ball, base hit into left center. Bregman's going to go for 2. He's got a sliding double. Bregman hit a bullet past Wynn at short. It went over into the alley. Torres and Church combined. And that's going to be a double for Alex Bregman with 1 away here in the 4th inning. Let's see if that leads to a run.
Well, the one thing we talk about here in St. Louis, and you play here, is the infield and outfield grass plays very fast. Bregman smokes this ball through the infield, and it's headed, when it goes past the shortstop, it's headed right in the left center field gap. And the ball carries deep into center field on the ground, so Bregman, hustling all the way, ends up with a legged out double.
With 1 away, Ian Happ will try to drive in the tying run. He pokes it foul out of play, but the deadline is going to be Monday, August 3rd. It's a station break here when we have a chance. 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on The Score middays with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Ian Happ waiting for the next pitch. It's a high fly ball into right field and deep. Back goes Nootbaar near the fence. In right center, Nootbaar makes the catch. Nootbaar thought it was the 3rd out. Racing to 3rd and holding is Bregman. The ball gets away. Bregman's going to try to score. The throw to the plate, not in time. Cubs get a break. Nootbaar went asleep. He thought it was the 3rd out, and he was late getting the ball back in. And Bregman alertly scores all the way from second. And this ball game is tied at 1. That's a big break for the Cubs.
Boy, a lot of things went wrong for the Cardinals on that play. This ball's hit right at the wall. Nootbaar, as you said, Pat, thought that was the 3rd out. It was not. He starts jogging alongside the wall and realizes it. Then when he throws the ball in, he overshoots the cutoff man, the second baseman, Weatherholt. And Weatherholt didn't really back up to try to make sure he caught this ball. It hit the tip of his glove. Rolled into the infield, and by the time Burleson got it, it was going to be a run scored. Great base running by Bregman to be heads up.
Nico Horner, the batter. Game tied at 1. There's a base hit to center. Solid line drive over Palante's head. Nice piece of base coaching by Quentin Berry as well at 3rd. I think he assisted in urging Bregman to try for the plate.
Yeah, that's just good, solid base running. And as you said, coaching by Q at 3rd. Yeah, now the pitching coach is going to come out and talk to his right-hander. I'm sure Palante not very happy right now. Give up a fly ball with a man on second and a run scores. That'll get your dander up a little bit. At League Leaders, they're sponsored by Gusto. Higher pay and grow your team with gusto. Batting average leaders Rise is hitting .331. Lopez from Miami, .229. Alvarez, he's having a big year. He's at .321. He's also leading the league with 35 bombs, just over Schwartz. Gonzalez hitting .315. And Lee in San Francisco hitting .302.
There was an error on the play. The ball hit by Happ, so he does not get an RBI, but a run scores from second. Bregman tagging up and moving to third, and then I'm trying to think, was the error on Nootbaar or on Burleson, who made a wild throw to the plate?
Yeah, I don't think you can give the error to Burleson, because I don't think even if he threw a strike to home, you get Bregman.
Agreed.
So I don't think that can be the error. They're going to give the error, I'm telling you, to Nootbaar, who threw the ball 200 feet in the air, and the second baseman didn't move his feet enough to try to make the catch. He was standing there and just tried to jump. If he backs up, you catch this ball. But I'm guessing that error is going to be on Nootbaar.
Swing and a miss by Conforto.
And to be honest with you, he made the mental mistake to create the play. So,
sure,
any way you slice the physical error, the mental mistake was made by the right fielder.
But alertly, Bregman realized immediately that Nootbaar thought it was the third out. And he scampered toward third. Nico jumping around at first as this pitch is delivered to Conforto high. Game tied at 1. We're in the fourth.
Now, I would believe they would not give Ian Happ an RBI on that play.
No RBI, definitely. Here comes the 1-1. A big bouncer to first, over the head of Burleson, but it goes to Weatherholt, and the pitcher, Palante, covers first. 4-1 on the putout, and that ends the inning. Cubs get a run unearned. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cubs.
Williams pops it up. Another one for Jeffers. Well, the best part about it is that he can actually try to smile a little bit.
Jeffries laughs at himself, and I think that's cool, because I'm not laughing at his inability to catch the pop. And that's the way the game is. You have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Bring up Ezekiel Duran. Yesterday, got his 11th of the year. 2-2, and that ball's hit well. Goodness. Into the second deck.
436 feet for Zeke. He gets a fastball, belt high, down the middle, barrels this, and it's a no doubt about it. Home run.
Duran's solo home run is 12th of the season.
Professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit GrandAppliance.com for full details.
Okay, brand new ball game. Cubs getting an unearned run. Lars Nootbaar, who made a mistake defensively, will now lead off in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Cardinals. Nootbaar had a base on balls his first time as he takes ball one. 1 run, 5 hits for the Cubs. 1 run, 3 hits for St. Louis. Nootbaar pokes it foul down the left field line and back out of play. Again, Zach Zaidman is fine. He's healthy. He's working a game for the Chicago Sky later on, and that's why his absence occurred today from Cubs radio. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. 1-2.
Yeah, big thanks to Mike Esposito for subbing in today in Chicago in studio. Espo helping us out today, so thank you, Espo.
Strike three called to Nootbaar. One down in the inning. Assad pitching well. He's only given up 3 hits. It's his 3rd strikeout of the day, and the batter is Mason Wynn.
Nootbaar having a rough 4th inning. He forgot the outs, and it ended up costing Cardinals a run, and then he strikes out looking.
Yeah, that is a rough inning.
It's a rough inning. Yeah, I don't care what league you're in, that's a rough inning.
That's the old snowball
inning. It's not good. First out of the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. We all have them.
Physical errors are one thing. It's the mental errors that make you want to dig a hole and crawl into it immediately.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's just a terrible feeling.
We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely. You try not to have them happen in front of 40,000 people, but sometimes it does.
Yeah. Here's a looper into right, a base hit from Mason Wynn. And Wynn in this spot might be thinking about stealing a bag.
Yeah, a little jam shot. That's that two-seamer running in on Wynn, and he just inside outs it. Doesn't hit it very well, but just dumps it in his short right. And I would think you're correct. The one thing about Assad, at times he can be fairly quick to the plate. So between him trying to be quick and Kelly's good throwing arm, we'll see if Wynn tries to take a bag.
Game tied 1-1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 away and a man at first. Brian Torres lines it foul down the right field line. Torres drove in the Cardinal run with a 2nd inning single into left field as he went the other way. He's got an open stance, feet spread very wide, much wider than shoulder width. And now the 0-1 from Assad. Slapped foul and out of play, 0-2.
Fastball or cutter inside to Torres. That was in on his fist. That one got way in there.
Torres, yellow batting gloves. Again, that wide open stance. Assad brings it. Low and inside. Nice scoop by Kelly, the catcher. Those never show up in a box score, those saves by catchers, but boy, they can win games for you.
That's a big play with 1 out. If that ball goes to the backstop, now you got a man in scoring position with only 1 out. And, you know, that ball, I don't know exactly what pitch that was. I think it was a changeup that Javi just buried. It bounced about 1.5 feet in front of home plate.
These two teams will be at Wrigley in the middle of August. Just 3 more games of competition after this one today between these great rivals. And now the 1-2 on the way. Line drive, base hit to left. Torres, another opposite field single. Stopping at second is Wynn. And the Cardinals now threatening with 2 men on and 1 away, and the batter, Blaze Jordan.
This pitch up, probably get a little more of the plate than Javi would have liked, but not hit very hard. That's back-to-back opposite field hits that are just kind of jam shots over the infield. So 1 to right by Wynn, and then 1 by the left-handed hitting Torres.
Jordan bangs it foul off to the right, out of play.
Here's where you could use another ground ball. Cubs have turned 1 double play in the game, so have the Cardinals.
Jordan is strong. Right-handed batter, feet close together, slightly open stance. And he'll look at a ball down low. 1-1. Cardinals back to 500. They were under 500 yesterday for only a day. It's the only time they've been below 500 all year. Here's a drive to right, in the corner, slicing foul and out of play.
Cardinals get off to a very good start this year. There wasn't a lot, and this isn't me speaking. This is, everybody that kind of looks at the league in general. we have our own thoughts, but, you always know Cardinals are going to be good, and they get off to a great start this year.
Here's a breaking ball outside, 2-2 now to Jordan.
Because they're a very young team. You start looking around around the field, and they're very young. Walker's having a great year. Burleson swinging the bat well, but the rest of the guys are pretty young.
Assad kicks and fires, low and outside. 3-2, 2 men on, 1 away. A big pitch in this game coming up.
This is usually where Assad does something, that every big league pitcher would love to do, and that's be able to pitch out of jams with that sinker or good downward slider and get a ground ball. See if he can get one here.
Here's the bouncer slowly hit to a charging Swanson. Gloves it, quick throw to first to get him. Nice play by Dansby. He knew he only had one and made the play to first. Runners advance to second and third, however, and now 2 down. And Nathan Church with a big at-bat coming up.
That's the two-seamer, but it gets so far in on Jordan. He just barely fists this ball and it trickles past the mound. Dansby had to make a nice play just to get the out at first.
Church, a left-handed batter, hitting .224. Swings and misses, 0-1. Mason Wynn, the runner at third. Brian Torres takes his lead at second. And the next pitch fouled away. Now you're ahead of the number 9 hitter, 0-2. Ron, what's on your mind?
Well, you get options. You can either go with the change and try to throw something down and away. You can run another fastball inside. He's given up 2, looping singles on fastballs inside that sinker in.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Off-speed pitch got him. No runs for the Redbirds. We go to the 5th inning. It's the Cubs 1.
Yeah, Jim Leday looking to hit the brakes here, and because that grass out there is moist, it'll be tough to get your footing out there.
From the middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
Playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going. You got to stop the
ooh. Line to center field, and it's a diving catch from Dalton Varsho.
One of the best defensive center fielders in the American League.
Montgomery going back.
The catch at the wall. Okay, rookie. That's how you bring it back.
Long run for Langford, but he'll reach up and make the catch. Full stride into that corner. What a nice catch by Wyatt Langford.
Out toward Valdez, and the magician! The diving play by Esmerlin Valdez.
The magician doing it all today. Here comes a charging, diving and catching is Cody Clemens. No matter where that dude is played, infield, outfield, makes another good play.
Down the left field line, and it might be trouble. And what a sliding play by Soderstrom. Wow, so Tyler Soderstrom, a nice sliding catch.
Harris to first, and Alonso is there. He dives into the bag to beat him.
Another polar bear plunge over at first base.
.com. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Top of the 5th inning here in St. Louis. Game tied at 1. Carson Kelly will lead it off here in the 5th for the Cubs. First pitch by Palante is in there for a strike. It's that kind of windmilled delivery. Throws first pitch slider. 1-5-0 for the Cubs, 1-5-1 for the Cardinals. Cubs' only run is on an unearned run. Another pitch, that one just misses wide. Counts 1-1. Kelly singled in his first at bat. That was in the 3rd inning, leading off. Armstrong ended up with a double, but a double play kind of spoiled the inning. Carson hits a routine fly ball out to right. Routine play for Newtbar. The first out in the inning. Game tied at 1. Gorgeous day here in St. Louis. Pat and I have been talking about it. It was really hot here when we got into town. I think, Zach, when we were still on the plane, all three of us were getting off the plane. He showed me his phone, and it said 98 degrees when we were getting off the plane. And when we got off the plane, you could tell it was 98 degrees. Very hot. But today, high only 85. So beautiful day here in St. Louis. First pitch to Dansby. Good breaking ball in for a strike.
I've always thought those 98-degree days around build character.
I'm glad you think so. They built a lot, but playing in them, I do remember playing here in St. Louis and having some of those extremely hot days. Next pitch to Dansby, another breaking ball. It's down 1-1. You know, the guys that, when I was playing, that had the biggest, the toughest time playing in this heat, and then you had the turf, were the catchers. They really struggled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple instances where the catchers have had to come out of the game. Dansby fouls this one off. Counts 1-2. Game tied at 1.
Tim McCarver was a catcher here for so many years in St. Louis back in the 60s and 70s. Think of all the days he must have just suffered.
Well, and then they caught so many games. Breaking ball in the dirt to Dansby, counts 2-2. Yeah, you know, and back in those days, you know, and you've talked about this about Randy Hundley, and we're both friends with the Rebel. You know, Leo DeRocha would catch him in Chicago almost every game.
Double headers.
Right, in the heat.
You try catching 18 innings in this kind of weather and then report back to how you feel. I can't even imagine that.
2-2 pitch popped up foul straight back. Count stays.
I mean, you'd almost feel ill.
You do. I just think, you know, I think in today's game now, like the Cubs have a nutritionist that travels with the team. Beth does a great job of making sure everybody is hydrated, including the broadcasters. Swing and a miss by Dansby. Good sinker inside. Strike 3. That's the second out of the inning here in St. Louis. 2 outs. It'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Game tied at 1. Pete with a line drive double in his last at bat. First pitch from Palante, and Pete takes it just off the plate away.
And Leo DeRocha was the manager for Randy Hundley and the Cubs for many years. And it was Leo's choice to put Randy's name in the lineup every single day. I think he caught and played the entire game, something like 156 or 158 games out of 162. It's absurd, really. And Leo was a great baseball man and a character, and he'd been around the game, and he'd played, and he'd managed, and he was well respected. But I have to say that is just wrong to run a catcher out there every single day.
I just don't know how you can continue to play at that pace, catching in the Midwest like that. 1-1 pitch to Pete, swing and a miss, big swing and high fastball. Counts 1-2. Pete hit the big hit yesterday, give the Cubs the lead in the 10th inning, a 2-run homer, and it didn't last long because the bottom half of the 10th, the Cardinals put up a 3 spot to win the ballgame. And Palante takes a little time. Another 1-2, and this is high, 2-2. For playing, you know, when you play every day, and, you know, for quite a few years I played every single game or close to it. You know, you might get a day or 2 or 3 off the whole season. Pete hits this ball deep to left center field, still going back to Torres. That ball hits off the wall. And Pete Crow Armstrong will have another double here in this game. His second double, just missed a home run by just a couple feet as this ball hits in the middle of the left center field wall.
That's the deep alley run. It's probably about 385, 390 to that area. And Pete just missed a go-ahead home run. Let's see, though, if Suzuki can drive him in with the go-ahead tally.
I would say this is one of the few parks, along with Pittsburgh, where that is not a home run in a ballpark. Right. He hit that ball a long way. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Suzuki. Cubs need a base hit here to take the lead. First pitch to Seiya, slow curveball. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Seiya's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. A punch out and grounded out to win at short. Plante really taking his time now. We're getting into the middle of the game as Suzuki swings at a high fastball. It hasn't affected the fastball, though. That last heater, 96 miles an hour from Palante.
This outfield run, the outfield fences and the footage is kind of unique. It's very close down the lines, 335, 336, which is average and normal, and then 375 to the short alleys. It's the deep alleys that make this a big park.
Yeah, really plays big in the middle of the field. Breaking ball high. Counts 2-1. Game's tied at 1. Beaker Armstrong with a 2-out double here in the 5th. Yeah, the middle of the ballpark here, you got to have a center fielder that can run here, because you got a lot of turf to cover in the middle of the diamond. Palante long set. Next pitch to Suzuki, swing and a miss. Counts 2-2. High slider. Suzuki kind of shaking his head after he took that swing. He might have got a good pitch to hit, and might have been just up enough to keep him off that slider.
Palante, 67 pitches for the game, Ron.
I think the managers have had to pay attention to their pitchers in this series because of the heat. Next pitch to Suzuki is high. Counts 3-2. 2 outs here in the inning. Beaker Armstrong at second. Game tied at 1.
I'm sure that the weather is a real challenge for any Cardinal manager.
Yeah, absolutely. The middle of the summer, well, and we've seen it on the work or lack of time that you spend on the field before the games. Palante set 3-2 pitch inside for a ball, and he'll walk Suzuki. So Seiya will get on base for the first time. Cubs left first and second, 2 outs. It'll bring up Michael Busch in a 1-1 ballgame.
Michael's been aggressive today, hit the ball hard twice, single to right, and then grounded out sharply to second. Let's see if he can drive in a go-ahead run.
Michael has seen a total of 2 pitches in the ball game so far.
Yep.
He's hit both first pitches. Palante said they're playing Michael a little shaded around towards left center in the outfield, and he hits the first pitch again. 3-hopper right to Weatherholt, and that will end top half of the 5th for the Cubs. Cubs leave 2 men on. Middle of the 5th, game tied.
Line to center field, and it's a diving catch from Dalton Varsho.
One of the best defensive center fielders in the American League.
Montgomery going back.
Catch at the wall. Okay, rookie. That's how you bring it back.
Long run for Langford, but he'll reach up and make the catch. Full stride into that corner. What a nice catch by Wyatt Langford.
Out toward Valdez, and the magician! The diving play by Esmerlin Valdez.
The magician doing it all today. Here comes a charging, diving in, catching is Cody Clemens. No matter where that dude is played, infield, outfield, makes another good play.
Down the left field line, and it might be trouble. And what a sliding play by Soderstrom. Wow, so Tyler Soderstrom, a nice sliding catch.
Harris to first, and Alonso is there. He dives into the bag to beat him.
Another polar bear plunge over at first base.
So these is MLB Network talent stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Yingling Flight, the next generation light beer. DG Yingling in Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. After Cubs Cardinals game on Sunday, August 16th, join 93 XRT personalities. The Limburgers, the special guests at the Metro, just up the street from Wrigley. Everybody knows that's been in the ballpark. For a hometown celebration benefiting the Lynn Bramer Scholars Foundation and Fund. Get tickets today at themetro.com. And that is a special day. He was one of our buddies, Pat.
He did a great job for many, many years. Loved his music, loved the Cubs. He was in the celebration ride. He
was on our float.
He sure was.
On our bus, yeah.
He sure was.
That was a fun day. I was a little tired by that time. I'll say that. After 3 days of celebrating post-World Series.
Absolutely. It was a Friday. The World Series ended on the Wednesday night.
Yeah. Next pitch by Assad inside. Counts 2-2 to Weatherholt.
I think about that rally at Grant Park.
Yeah.
And it was my job to introduce all of the people. And I had never seen that many people in one place.
Nope. Line drive base hit right over Nico's head at second, so Weatherholt will lead off the fifth with a base hit. His first hit of the ball game tied at 1.
As far as you could see, there were people.
It was a sea of people.
Thousands and thousands. And I asked one of the stagehands, he was in charge of the acoustics and the microphones, and I said, about how many people would you say are here? He said, well, we had the Rolling Stones here a year ago, and they had 800,000 here for that, but there's more today.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
First pitch to Walker, foul off to the right. And I remember it was you and I and Lenny Casper and JD on the stage before you introduced the players. And I remember that was a little daunting of a task, wasn't it, to introduce everybody?
It was fun, though.
Yep. Swing and a miss by Walker. 0-2. Oh, it was fun. Yeah, absolutely. The ride from the ballpark to Grant Park and all the people on the streets everywhere was one of the most incredible things you would ever see.
We just kept coming around the corner, and there'd be another 5,000 people. Then, that must be it. Now 10,000 over on the right.
Yeah.
Look over to the left, another 20,000 over there. It was incredible.
Yeah, it really was. 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul by Walker. Just barely got a piece of it. It's the backstop. Yeah, that was good. I used to laugh, still think about some of the people that had climbed the light poles, and they were up on the top of light poles, or climbing up into the trees.
I was surprised to see some of the Cub ball players up there.
And at first, game tied at 1. 0-2 pitch once again to Walker, and Assad's holding the ball for a while. It just lob one over to first.
But what a great feeling of pure joy. Just absolute elation. And I've told people, I've never seen that many happy people in one place at the same time in my entire life.
Yeah. Next pitch, chopped at home plate, foul once again. Count stays 0-2. Yeah, I just remember even getting in the car in the morning and driving to Wrigley Field was a chore, and driving into the police barricades because you had to get to the park, and I just pulled right up to the barricade and said, I know the parade's coming. I'm in it. We got to get to the park. This is a problem. And there's going to be a whole boatload of us that are doing the same thing, that are coming from downtown. It was not easy, but it was pretty comical. I'll say that.
So you told him, I'm part of the parade.
Yeah, I'm
Let
like,
me
hey
in.
guys, I don't know. I know why you're here. Trust me. I hardly have a voice from Wednesday night, but we need to go that way. Yeah.
Thankfully, they were all Cub fans.
Yeah, that's good. Here goes the runner from first. Kelly's throw to second, not in time. Corner couldn't dig to throw out of the dirt, so Weatherholt will steal second base. Pitch was down and away, so it was a ball. That's first stolen base of the game for either ball club. Nico did a great job of letting this ball get to him. It was a short hop. If he catches the ball clean, he's probably got him at second, but was unable to keep the ball in the glove. Assad quickly set, and he's ready to go. Next pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner. No challenge from Walker. It was kind of a delayed call by Tyler Jones, but that two-seamer clips the corner. Perfect pitch by Assad, and that is going to bring out Craig Counsell here with an out in the 5th inning. Cubs are going to make a pitching change, I do believe, as Counsell's clapping his hands. He got a very good effort once again for the 4th day in a row from one of the Cubs starters. So we'll be back here in a minute after the Cubs make the pitching change. Game tied at 1. You're listening to The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, keep that off to the side right there. Man, you're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Really gets him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Into the ball game for the Cubs. 5-1 with a 2.66 ERA. Ryan has done very well for the Cubs. He has kind of found his niche here with Craig Counsell, and he's going to face the hot-hitting Burleson, one of the top hitters for St. Louis this season. First pitch by Ryan just misses high, a little slider to Burleson. Counts 1-0. Cubs pitching changes. They're sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Austin set. Next breaking ball. This one down and away also, 2-0. Walker and Burleson have seen a record number of breaking pitches in this series. Both guys have seen almost primarily hooks. Walker, a bunch of them from the righties. And Burleson, same thing from the lefties. Base open his first 2-0 pitch, and another breaking ball, and that pitch is high, 3-0.
Let me ask you this, Ron. Would there be a danger of a pitching staff throwing too many breaking balls to a certain hitter? Because after a while, he'll just forget about the fastball and sit on the hook.
Well, I definitely think, you know, in the sense for Walker, is that pitch fastball just clips the outside corner. Strike 3-1. I think in Walker's case, you know, he saw almost all breaking pitches, so I would say yes if he starts hitting them. But I don't think we've really seen that in this series from Walker in particular. It's Burleson's next pitch. That's another high. I said that was a fastball. Looked like maybe a cutter for ball 4. So they'll 2 men on here in the inning. Only 1 out. And it'll bring up Herrera, who in his last at-bat grounded into a 5-4-3 double play.
Pitching changes sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. All pitching changes by the Cubs.
1 out here in the first, and that's sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. Herrera at the plate. Rolliston on a mound. Rolliston, he's got a very good slider and a good fastball. See if he goes to the slider, see if he can get a ground ball. This pitch is hit. First pitch swinging. Routine fly ball to left to Ian. Happer will make this catch to be the second out of the inning. Game still tied at 1. here on a gorgeous day in St. Louis.
Left-handed batting Nootbaar coming up. Let's see if Rollison can retire him and get out of this jam. Weatherholt led off the inning reaching base and then stealing second. And he's still at second.
Nootbaar has walked and punched out looking. First pitch from Rollison, breaking ball, and that pitch is high. So far with the lefties up, same thing with Burleson. He's had a hard time getting on top of his breaking ball and getting it going towards the dirt. He's left a lot of them up. Now the 1-0 pitch as he's set and ready to go. 1-0 pitch, there's a good pitch. That one's down and away, just missed. The outside corner with a little angled fastball, counts 2-0.
Still waiting for the attendance figure. We're going to make our attendance guesses in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
Next pitch, good fastball right in there to Nootbaar. What do you got for a guess, partner?
I'm going to go ahead and guess another very disappointing crowd. I thought the day game might bring out a big audience. It's not the case. I'm going to say 22,122.
Okay. Next pitch in there for a strike. Bullseye on the outside corner from Rollison. Nootbaar didn't like it, did not challenge the call. Counts 2-2, 2 outs, 2 men on here in a 1-1 ball game. I'll say 24,000.
Okay.
And now the next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Rollison gets the Cubs out of this 5th inning. Nootbaar asking the home plate umpire if it was a strike. It was a good pitch right on the outside corner. Game is tied at 1-5, and you're listening to The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio.
Being named to an all-star team just once in a career is an incredible feat. But for Juan Soto, that's just part of his game. For the 5th time in his career, Soto is headed back to the all-star game. Soto finished second among NL outfielders thanks to a late surge in fan voting.
Mets fans are unbelievable. I really appreciate everything that they have done for me. Seeing myself where I started in the boats and then see where I finish is incredible what they did.
It will be his 2nd start overall and his first all-star appearance as a New York Met. Something crazy, at just 27 years old, he is the youngest player to make the Midsummer Classic with 4 different teams. The Nationals, Padres, Yankees, and now the Mets. So how did Juan Soto celebrate? By hitting a go-ahead bomb, of course.
And a high fly ball, deep right field, right down the line. God, if it stays fair, that ball is out of here.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
You're right. We're reliable as heck. And, this is big, we go where you want to go, with over 80 nonstop destinations out of Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for Phipps, Wobas, and Borks. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Andre Palante still on the mound. The starter for the Redbirds, facing Alex Bregman here in the 6th inning. Ball game tied at 1, each team with 6 hits. Cardinals got their run in the 2nd, an RBI single by Brian Torres. Cubs got an unearned run, an error by Nootbaar, the right fielder, led to a 4th inning tally. Let's see if Bregman can crank up a rally here in the 6th.
See what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. For a series with the warm weather, we have not seen a lot of balls in flight. There have not been a lot of home runs hit in this series.
There's not been one today. We did see Pete Armstrong hit the only home run in the 10th inning last night.
Yeah. But as usually when you play in real warm weather, you know, there's going to be more balls flying out of the park.
Here's a pop-up foul and back out of play. The Friday night game, Ron, to your point, Cubs had 17 hits and no home runs. Yeah. They did have an easy 10-2 win.
Can you think of when you scored 10 runs and 17 hits and win a game like that and you haven't hit a home run?
It's very unusual. Here comes the 2-2 now to Bregman. Popped up. Right side, playable for Weatherholt, the second baseman. He will make the catch. Bregman is out number 1. Ball game tied at 1, and here's Ian Happ.
Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com.
No activity yet in the Cardinal bullpen. Palante up to 75 pitches for the game. Here is Ian Happ. And the pitch on the way. Ian pokes it foul off to the left.
Hey, Ian has been aggressive today, too. Him and Michael Busch both have been on the attack in their at-bats today.
The Yankees will be waiting for the Cubs at Wrigley Field tomorrow at 1:20 to get that series underway. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. Here's a ball outside to Ian Happ. Tomorrow's matchup, Shota Imanaga against Will Warren. Cubs will see 2 of the top 3 starters for the Yanks. Happ bounces one over second, gloved by Wynn. The shortstop throws to first to get Happ, and that's out number 2. Still a 1-1 game here in the 6th inning, and the batter is Nico Horner. The Saturday game at Wrigley is a night game. Make a note of that now. It was not a night game on the original schedule, but it's going to be televised by Fox TV, and that forced a change to 6:15 for the first pitch this Saturday night. Horner takes a strike. Nico 1 for 2. David Peterson against Max Fried in a battle of lefties. And then the Sunday game is a day game. Colin Ray against Garrett Cole.
That should be a good matchup.
Yes, sir.
2 veteran pitchers.
The 0-1 looped into shallow left center. Base hit for Nico Horner. Nico bloops single with 2 down, and now, Ron, he might think about stealing a bag. What do you think?
I think absolutely. You know, he was bouncing around in his last time at first, and let's see if he's got a read on Palante here, but he needs to. Cubs need to get a run. This game is tied at 1 here in the 6th. Nico likes to run. We'll see if he takes a bag here in one of these first couple pitches.
Let's see if Conforto takes the first pitch or 2 here. Warner, short lead. There he goes. And the pitch is a strike. Throw to second base. They'll never get him. Stolen base for Nico Horner. So there he is.
Well, and you're exactly right. First couple pitches, Conforto takes the first pitch. Nico steals second base easily. Cubs stolen bases sponsored by Atturo. Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with Atturo tires. Find yours at Atturo.com.
And the Cubs trying to take their first lead of the day. Let's see if Conforto can come through. He bounces one to first. Fielded by Burleson. Underhand feed to Palante on the bag. Ends the inning. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cubs won.
On the mound for the Marlins, it is Yuri Perez. The 22-year-old won't turn 23 until April 15th, and last season had a 4.25 ERA. Those numbers are very deceiving because he had a really strong finish. Perez has got him 0-2. See ya.
That's the old good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and all on heaters. When you got it going, stay with it.
3-2 right there, called strike 3.
The four-seamer, which he'll throw probably over 50% of the time.
Nobody on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch from Perez to Rumfield. Called strike 3. Look at the emotion from Yuri Perez in his season debut. Yuri got him with a fastball. He gets the approval of Sandy Alcantara. 7 innings for Perez.
Yeah, and it's really amazing when you say he's still just 22 years old.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hardy Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds before the bottom of the 6th inning. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score, and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Ryan Rollison still on the mound for the Cubs. Big, tall, long-legged left-hander. Working on Mason Wynn. Wynn with a walk and a single, both of those against Javier Assad. The 1-0 pitch taken high for ball 2. 1-1 game. Not a whole lot of clutch hitting in this game. Cubs have left 6 men on. The Cardinals have stranded 7. The 2-0. That's a good fastball for a strike.
Good location on that heater right in the outside corner.
Cubs trying to take 3 out of 4 in this series. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And trying to wrap up a 5-2 road trip against division opponents. That would be one of the best road trips they've had in a long time. Here's the 2-2. Just inside, 3-2.
Yeah, a win is a win, but it just feels like it carries a lot more weight when you're beating teams in your own division. You're pushing them farther away from the playoffs, and you're winning. And the Pittsburgh group, you know, they're going to be something to deal with coming down the stretch. That's rotation that they have. They've got some late inning arms that are really good. And their offense, I would have to say that their offense has been the surprise of the league this year.
It's hard to disagree with, Ron. Here's a ground ball to third. Nice play by Bregman. Good footwork to get himself in position to glove it and then make a quick throw. And it's out number 1.
Bregman does a good job of moving his feet. This ball is hit sharply on 2 hops to his left. And instead of going straight across, he not only went to his left, but he retreated and got a longer hop to make that play. Then you just got to come up and make a good throw across the diamond, which he did.
There is a strike. I guess ideally, Ron, you want your last second or so to be moving forward so that it leads you right into making the throw.
Yeah, get a little momentum going towards the bag at first.
Big chop to first. Bush gloves it, throw to first, and it's just in time. Brian Torres tried a diving slide head first at first, and he was out by an eyelash. Close play. Clint Vondrack, the first base umpire, kind of casual on his call. I thought it was a lot closer than he did, apparently.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a close play. It's also a dangerous play. Torres goes into the first base bag diving as the same thing as Rollison's foot is going towards the bag. So Torres out by half a step.
Score that one 3-1. 2 down, nobody on. Blaze Jordan, the batter.
First out in the inning is always sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Cardinals got their run in the second inning. A Brian Torres run-scoring single. Cubs scored an unearned run in the fourth on an error by Nootbaar, the right fielder. The 2-0. Curveball swung on and missed. The bottom dropped out of that one.
I know here coming up, we got to do baseball history today. But I know today, just from being on a computer early this morning, it was one of them crazy games.
Fly ball to right, deep in the corner. That ball's going to be off the wall. Conforto plays it off the wall, throws to second, close play. He's out. What a play by Conforto. And a great decoy move by Dansby Swanson at shortstop, covering second base. Cardinals might want to challenge that call. I don't think they're going to. Conforto played it skillfully off the wall and fired a strike to second base. A single.
Let's head back to the Big Apple and head to Soto's stomping ground in Queens. Built in the shadows of Shea Stadium, Citi Field became the new home of the New York Mets in 2009. Citi, designed in the likeness of Ebbets Field, features a gorgeous brick facade and nods to baseball's past throughout the ballpark. Enter through the Jackie Robinson Rotunda and head towards Shea Bridge to catch a glimpse of the home run apple in center field. Or head over to FanFest, take a swing in the batting cages, and visit the Mets Museum. People come for the game, but many stay for the food. Voted Best Baseball Stadium Food for the past 4 seasons by USA Today Reader's Choice, you might as well eat yourself into a food coma. They've got Shake Shack, specialty egg rolls, hot pastrami on rye. You name it, they have it. Even Mets legend Mookie Wilson and his family have a food stand in the ballpark. Between the action, keep your eyes peeled for Mr. and Mrs. Met and root hard for your favorite borough in the mascot race. Citi Field, one of the best.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Olson Insurance Group in Oak Forest if auto owners make sense for you.
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Carson Kelly hits a grounder to short, backhanded by Wynn. Long throw just in time. What a play by Mason Wynn. Kelly hit a ball that had base hit written all over it. Wynn made a fantastic diving backhand stop on the outfield grass and then made a one-hop throw to get Kelly at first by an eyelash. What a play.
Well, you know, we've heard it and have seen the arm of Wynn, but we haven't been able to totally judge it because it takes a play like that in that hole to really see the arm that he's got. And boy, did he show it off. He threw a rocket across the diamond.
One away, 7th inning, a 1-1 game. Michael Conforto made a great defensive play to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Dansby Swanson batting against the right-hander. Valente, swing and a miss.
Yep, and we'll take the Conforto play as the tough play of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. There have been some good defensive plays in this ball game.
Cardinal bullpen starts to crank it up. A right-hander throwing. Valente at 85 pitches. Dansby Swanson checks in. Dansby taking a little bit high. 1-2 on Dansby.
Doubles by Cubs hitters. It's sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
And the 1-2. Fastball is high. This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Andre Palente working on Dansby Swanson. The next offering low, 3-2. He was ahead of him 0-2.
Palente pitching a very good ball game today, as we were saying. He's been kind of that 5-inning guy for a little while here, and now today he's got a very good ball game at 87 pitches, but he's 1 out in the 7th.
Dansby gets jammed and fouls it away off to the right. Joe Adcock of the Braves had 4 homers in one game at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Braves won that game 15-7. Dansby checks and takes high and inside, ball 4. Let's see if that leads to a rally. Swanson, a good base runner, occasional base stealer. Pete Crow Armstrong coming up. And let's see if that's the end of the day for Andre Palante. It might be.
I believe that's Marmol coming out of the Cardinal dugout, so I got to believe that will be a pitching change. He has not made the signal yet to the bullpen.
Marmol to the mound. Is he going to take the ball? He is. Yeah. So we will have a pitching change. Cubs have a man on with 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, and here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side, and a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Seventh inning, the game is tied. George Soriano, the right-hander, a relative of former Cub Alfonso Soriano, will be on the mound now. You got Pete Crow Armstrong ready to bat. If you were Pete, what would be your approach as the new reliever goes to work?
Now you're looking for the pitch that you want. You're looking for a good fastball if you're Pete to hit. Yeah, and you're just trying to do damage. This guy comes in, he throws hard. Pete's hit a ball today. He's got a pair of doubles. He banged one in his last at-bat off the left center field wall, about 2/3 of the way up the wall.
The great Jack Brickhouse was inducted into the Hall of Fame on this date. As we resume action, running and stealing second base is Dansby Swanson. He got a very big jump. He stole it much more on the pitcher than he did on the throw by the catcher Herrera.
Great jump by Dansby, as you said, Pitt. Not even close at second. Cubs stolen bases are powered by a Turo tire.
And let's see if Pete can drive in the go-ahead run. 1-1 tie. And the pitch to Crow Armstrong, a swing and a foul back.
Well, he got a fastball inside. He was trying to hit one into the second deck. Seventh inning is sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you.
The left fielder, Torres, not very deep against Pete. Pete with 2 doubles in the game and a strikeout. He takes a pitch off the inside, and the count now 2-1. Swanson at second in this 1-1 ball game in the 7th inning. Potential turning point at bat? Could be. Here's the 2-1. Very high, ball 3. Does he give him anything to hit?
I would be very surprised if Pete gets a good pitch to hit here on 3-1. If he does, the Cubs could be up 3-1.
I thought they might just walk him intentionally, to be honest with you. Here's the 3-1 now to Pete. Swinging a foul back down below us. He did challenge him, surprisingly.
Yeah, that was a 90-mile-an-hour changeup inside about belt high, and Pete put a big swing on it and fouled it straight back.
1 One away in the inning. Cubs trying to take 3 out of 4 in St. Louis. Yankees at Wrigley tomorrow. The right-hander Soriano looks out over third base as he is set. He brings it. Pete swings and misses. Strike 3. 2 down.
After the 3-1 changeup, then high gas. And Pete chased one just up out of the zone.
It's up to Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki has struck out, grounded out, and drawn a walk. Soriano's pitch. Seiya takes inside, ball 1.
Kevin A. live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
We'll get back to the baseball history later on. Right now we're focusing on this potential scoring spot for the Cubs. And now the 1-0. Outside, it's even. Plenty of Cub fans here. They've been here all weekend long.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people, walking around downtown, and you just walking outside the ballpark, you see a lot of blue shirts here in St. Louis.
Here comes the 2-0. It's very high, ball 3, with Michael Busch on deck. Cubs trying to get back into the win column after losing a tough 10-inning ball game last night. Suzuki trying to drive in the go-ahead run. Let's see if he has the green light. He does, but he swings and misses on a breaking ball. Probably ball 4.
Yeah, how about a 3-0 slider from Soriano? You don't see that too often.
The big right-hander ready for the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Suzuki again, a big swing, almost stumbled on the follow-through of his cut. And it's 3-2.
Back-to-back off-speed pitches on 3-0 and 3-1.
Now with 2 down and a full count, the pitch low and outside. It gets away, and down to third goes Swanson. It's ball 4 to Suzuki. So he takes over at first. Swanson now 90 feet away at third base. And it will bring up Michael Busch. And he has a chance to give the Cubs the lead right now.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive today, swinging at the first pitch. Walks by Cubs batter, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois. Speeding in the workplace is like arguing at the ump, a no-win. Mind the signs and void the fines there, Patrick.
Pretty good advice. Here's the pitch on the way to Busch. Inside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
Cubs need a big hit. They were looking for one yesterday. They need a big hit from Michael Busch. If he runs it in the gap, it'll score 2.
He's got 57 RBIs. Let's see if he can increase that total right now. And he drives one foul to right, out of play, 0-2. Soriano with a brand new ball. Big, strong right-hander. Wearing some bright red shoes as he comes set. Runners take their leads. Busch takes just high for a ball, 1-2.
Boy, that pitch didn't miss by much. That was maybe the best fastball Soriano's thrown. 98 miles an hour and just missed the top of the zone.
Busch has singled and grounded out twice. First and third, 2 down. And the next pitch. Busch swings and taps it foul to stay alive. Potential turning point of the ball game right here. Soriano with a brand new ball. Runners take their leads. First and third, 2 outs, tie game. And the 1-2. Busch lines one into left field, a base hit. Cubs take the lead. Coming in to score, Dansby Swanson. Michael Busch delivers an opposite field go-ahead RBI single. Stopping at second is Suzuki. Cubs lead 2-1.
Big swing of the bat for the Cubs and Michael Busch. For Bushy, his second hit of the ball game, first RBI, but that pitch away, and he just went with it. Didn't overswing, serves it in the left field, and drives in the Cubs' lead run 2-1.
Alex Bregman, the batter, takes a pitch that's very high and very close to a wild pitch. Herrera had to reach way up over the head of the batter, Alex Bregman.
I'm still thinking, what a great at-bat for Michael Busch. He took that high fastball that just missed the top of the zone to extend the at-bat and then serves one in the left field.
Here's a ball outside, 2-0. Ron, you always talk about opposite field hitting to drive in runs.
Well, it just, pitchers don't want to leave balls in the inner half to where you can hit 2- and 3-run homers. So if you can use the other side, that's a great way to drive in runs.
And you always like to see a guy who does have power not try to drive a ball, instead just bang it into the opposite field for a single.
Yeah, that pitch, if you try to drive that last pitch Bushy saw, you're going to just pop it up or swing through it.
The pitch to Bregman is taken for a strike, and now it's 3-1. Let's see if Alex can come through. A one-run lead is never secure in any type of ball game, especially when the Cubs play the Cardinals. And the 3-1. That's going to be a strike also, but what this does, it allows both runners to be in motion now on the payoff pitch.
Bregman took the 3-0 pitch. It was a fastball down the middle. Then Soriano threw him a 3-1 slider.
The 3-2. Swinging a line drive foul down the left field line. That would have definitely driven in one.
Now, he was on that pitch. He smoked that ball down the left field line. Just pulled the trigger a little early.
Soriano, the big right-hander, ready for the 3-2 pitch. Runners take their leads. There they go. The pitch popped up, foul, and coming back and out of play. Cubs have broken through to take the lead. Michael Busch, an opposite field RBI single. And now they're looking for a little insurance. Activity will quickly commence in the Cardinal bullpen out beyond the right center field fence. Here's the payoff. Outside ball 4. They're loaded with 2 down for Ian Happ. And the bullpen just got up, so those guys are not ready. There will be a buy some time visit to the mound by the Cardinals right now.
And the other thing about the bullpen for the Cardinals, usually teams try to flip Happ around to the right side. They have 2 right-handers warming up in the bullpen, so there was no chance of them spinning Happ around to force him to hit right-handed.
Go ahead, Ron.
I was just going to say, Cubs need a big hit from Ian here. That's what, that's what they've been waiting for the last 2 days, today and yesterday.
How aggressive are you if you're batting in this spot?
Very. If I'm Ian right now, because Soriano has showed that he's throwing enough strikes. He's around the edges of the strike zone. If he comes in with a first pitch that's down the middle, I'd go ahead and hammer him.
Ian Happ, nothing for 3 in the game. Ready to step in. Ian having kind of a rough series, 2 for 13, but boy, this is a big spot if he can drive in a couple right here. Cubs lead 2-1, 7th inning, bases loaded, 2 down the pitch. Swing and a miss by Ian. Might have foul tipped that ball at the plate. 0-1. On these warm days, bullpen throwers do not need all that much time to get ready. 2 right-handers are throwing for St. Louis in their pen. Soriano's pitch. Happ will take down low, and it's 1-1. Ian has grounded out, flied out, and grounded out. Cubs at every station ready to skedaddle. And the 1-1. Low and inside again. Now, this should be a pitch to hit. I'm saying that because no pitcher wants to go to 3-1 with the bases loaded.
No, I would agree. And I think Soriano's had enough issue in this inning throwing strikes. He's got to aim for the center of the plate here.
It's 2-1 on Happ. Here's the pitch. Ian hits a ground ball to second base. Weatherholt will throw him out to end the inning. Cubs do get one run on the RBI single by Michael Bush. They leave the maximum on base as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs 2, Cardinals 1 on the score.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs,
And these
please.
are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Jose Fermin is going to pinch hit for St. Louis in the bottom of this 7th inning. Cubs with a precarious 2-1 lead. Caleb Thielbar, the left-hander, is on the mound.
Cubs pitching changes are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Fermin will be followed by the top of the order, J.J. Weatherholt, and then Jordan Walker. So a big inning for Thielbar and the Cub bullpen as they have just taken a 2-1 lead, their first lead of the day. Here's the 0-1 to Fermin. It misses downstairs. We can take a look at a little baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Joe Adcock had a 4-homer game, 1954 on this date. There's a high fly ball to left, shallow and playable for Ian Happ. He is going to glove it, one down. Richie Allen, or Dick Allen, as he was known for a period of time, Ron. This date, in 1972, became the 7th big leaguer to hit 2 inside-the-park home runs in one game.
How about that?
They were both against Burt Blyleven as the White Sox beat the Twins 8-1. 2 inside-the-park homers in one game.
Now, is that at Comiskey Park, or?
It does not say.
It would be the old Met. It had to be at, like, Comiskey Park, I would think.
I'm pretty sure it was Comiskey. I've read about that before.
Remember how deep it was there for a while
Yeah.
at Comiskey, where it was 445, I think, the straightaway center? That would make sense.
What a victim. Blyleven, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Richie was a very gifted ball player. Saw him play live many times. He could do a lot of things. Fast, power.
They talk about the line drives that he would hit out of the ballpark at Comiskey Park that were You know, nobody hit a ball that hard.
2-1 on Weatherholt. The pitch hit in the air. Deep right field. This is trouble. This is going to tie the game. A long home run by J.J. Weatherholt. And the ball game is tied at 2.
It's the hanging breaking ball. Thielbar wanted it down and away, and it didn't get down there and stayed up. And Weatherholt stayed back on it and hit this ball a long way to right.
For Weatherholt, his 16th of the year. His 41st RBI, and just like that, the game is back to even. Tied at 2. And an extra inning game last night. Might be headed in that same direction again today. Jordan Walker batting with 1 away and a run in. And he swings and misses. After your teammate has just homered, Rum, is there a temptation for you as a batter to also homer?
Yeah, especially in a game like this. You just tie the game. You're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and there hasn't been a lot of runs scored. You're hoping to get another pitch you can untie the game quickly.
The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Very good fastball by Thielbar. That's out number 2. Ball game tied at 2, and the batter is Alec Burleson.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Here's the pitch on the way. Ground ball sharply to second. Glove cleanly by Horner. Good play. Lobs to first in time. But J.J. Weatherholt gets the Cardinals even with a solo home run. We go to the 8th inning. Brand new ball game again. Cubs 2, Cardinals.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Here's Terang, 2 for 2 today against Sugano. That does hit well. Deep right center. This one is gonna fly out of here. His 3rd into the game, his 15th home run. They got all that one. That ball traveled 434 feet. Talking about barreling one up. That's a good example of it right there on a 1-0 pitch. 4-seam fastball, middle end. Didn't miss it. Pulverized off the bat of Bryce Terang. Majestic home run.
Their away games. Hint, hint.
Tie ball game here again, top of the 8th inning here in St. Louis. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Patrick. And once again, another Cubs Cardinals and another close ball game right down to the wire.
A couple of changes for St. Louis, Ron. Ryan Stanek, big right-hander, now on the mound. Jose Fermin playing in center field. Nico Horner to lead off the Cubs 8th. He will take a strike. Nico with a pair of singles and a stolen base today. Let's see if he can get on.
Opponent's pitching change is sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Warner having quite a series, 8 for 12. And he takes outside for a ball. That's one thing, Ron. In a 4-game series, you can really pile up some pretty healthy numbers.
Yep. Nico's average starting to climb in a hurry.
Nico will take a fastball away, 2-1. Warner waiting for the right-hander Stanek. And Nico pokes it foul back to the screen. Conforto on deck, and then Kelly. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Cubs.
Nico's been on base twice, you said, and he had a stolen base. Needs to get on again, see if he can run again. Stanek a little quicker to the plate than the last guy.
Nico waiting for the right-hander. Stanek always works from the stretch. And the next pitch fouled away. Totals are pretty similar. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for St. Louis. 29,475 are here. Again, a smallish crowd by Cubs Cardinals standards.
Yep, no doubt about that. All weekend, there's some really tough weather the first day with that 98-degree heat, so you can understand where tough day to come to a ballpark and watch a ball game.
Nico takes ball 3. Very close pitch. Nico would gladly take a base on balls. Sometimes a walk is as good as a hit. This would be a case. The right-hander Stanek to Horner. Line drive, base hit, left field. We talk about a quality plate appearance. He reaches, that's the bottom line, but laid off some nice pitches, fouled off some tough pitches, and gets a key leadoff single here in the 8th inning. Nico Horner.
Yeah, nice swing of the bat. He got an inside heater and just drops the head of the bat on it and hit another line drive here in this ball game. 3rd hit of the game for Nico Horner.
He's got a good lead. You mentioned he stole a bag earlier. He's not running as Conforto drives one in the air to right field. Back goes Nootbaar on the track with room, making the catch. And that's going to be out number 1. Conforto just missed that one.
Boy, he had a good swing, just kind of ran out of bat as he ends up hitting this ball just off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark.
I say Nico is going to be running with Kelly at the plate. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say you got to give it a shot. See if you can steal second base one of these first 2 pitches. Might even be the very first pitch.
Kelly is 1 for 3 in the game, the former Cardinal. Nico not running, and the pitch inside, ball 1.
Now, Stanek that time thinking the same thing. He slide-stepped on Nico, and that's about as quick to the plate as you can get. So he's very aware of Nico trying to steal a bag.
Nico not running. Kelly pulls one on the ground to third, fielded by Jordan, goes to second, 1 over to first. Double play ends the inning. Carson Kelly reps into a 5-4-3 twin killing. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
What is it that kind of got you hooked
as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Toyota's fuel-efficient lineup. Toyota, let's go places.
Justin Dean is the new right fielder for the Cubs, replacing Michael Conforto. There's a new man on the mound. Gavin Hollowell is the new Cubs right-hander. Tie game. Cardinals now batting in the 8th inning. Ivan Herrera, who had the game-winning 2-run double in the 10th inning last night, will lead off the Redbird 8th inning here today. Hollowell always works from the stretch. The big right-hander, not quite ready, backs away. Cubs and Yankees at Wrigley tomorrow, 1:20 start. Maybe we will see you there. I know a lot of you have tickets already. First pitch in there for a strike. Can't remember a homestand featuring two major powerhouses like the Yankees and Dodgers back to back. It's just the way the schedule worked out this year, but it's unique.
There won't be an empty seat for 6 straight games at Wrigley Field. That place will be rocking when we get home.
1-1 is taken high for a ball.
Carson's going to challenge this pitch up and away. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. This one's close.
And it is a strike. Very good challenge by Carson Kelly. Cubs catchers have done a very good job with that new rule. And now the 1-2. A little looper back of second. That's going to drop. Base hit. Shallow center. Leadoff single for Ivan Herrera. It was not a bad pitch. He just kind of reached out and poked a little Texas leaguer into shallow center.
Yeah, it's a good slider down and away, and he does. He just barely gets a piece of it. Now we're going to get a pinch runner at first base for Herrera.
Nelson Velasquez running for Herrera. And the batter is Lars Nootbaar. Ball game tied at 2, bottom of the 8th inning. First offering is inside, ball 1. Nootbaar has walked and scored a run and then struck out a couple of times.
Bregman playing in on the grass at third.
Low and inside to Nootbaar, 2-0. So a leadoff single and now a 2-0 count. Very big pitch in this inning coming up right now. Outfielders Happ, Crow Armstrong, and Dean left to right. The pitch popped up, might be playable, is in shallow center for a backpedaling Dansby Swanson. 1 down. That's as good as a strikeout.
Boy, a little cross-fired fastball in, and Nootbaar popped it up.
Thought he might be laying down a bunt in that spot.
Now,
Ron,
the
how about you?
Cubs thought the same thing. Bregman was playing in on the grass at third. And it's been a tough day for Nootbaar. He made the mistake in right field, didn't know how many outs there were. And he's had a couple punch outs and now a pop-up.
Here's Mason Wynn. Little right-handed batting shortstop takes high. Wynn has walked, singled, and grounded out. This is a tough guy to double up. He's very fast. Lead by Velasquez at first. Wynn takes ball 2, 2-0. The bullpen is quiet. The inning at this point belongs to Hollowell. Each team with 9 hits. Each team has squandered a pretty good scoring chance or two.
Yeah, look at all the guys left on base. Cubs left 9 on base. The Cardinals have left 7.
Yeah, the 2-0 to win. And he'll take a strike. I thought he might be a little more aggressive on that pitch, talking about the batter Wynn.
I think he's having a hard time picking up the ball. He was stepping towards third base. You know, the old Little League where you say stepping in the bucket with that sidearm delivery of Hollowell.
The 2-1. Wynn pops it up. Right side might be playable. Over toward the dugout is Bush. He's got a play and makes the catch. Again, there's an expanded amount of foul territory here at Busch Stadium, and it came into play on that ball. 2 down.
That ball at Wrigley Field would have been 3 rows back. And here in St. Louis, it's caught in front of the dugout.
2 down, 8th inning, tie game. Brian Torres batting. Torres with a couple of hits, drove in a run with a single. Open stance, yellow batting gloves on either hand. Takes ball 1. Bregman shallow, not sure that he's not going to bunt with 2 outs. That would be a surprise to me.
Yeah, I would agree. I got to believe he's swinging the bat. Torres with 4 home runs, but you got to try to hit one in the gap at least.
He hits one in the air to right. It's playable for Justin Dean. The right fielder will make the catch. And a good inning for Hollowell. No runs for the Redbirds. It's on to the 9th inning.
Into center field, coming on, dives ahead. He makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there.
Jun-Ho Lee makes the catch. He's all over the place this afternoon.
The lead off the 5th. Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch. Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short, and a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod. Great play, Kryler. The pick, the pop, throws him out with a scoop and save by Lewis. The right field, Suzuki back. And Seiya makes the catch.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field. Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
9th inning, sponsored by our friends from Circa Resort Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. I've been there. That's one of the great hotels in Las Vegas. Cubs need a run, Patrick.
9th inning, moment of truth has arrived in a 2-2 tie. Riley O'Brien, the new pitcher, Dansby Swanson to lead it off. And he'll take a strike. O'Brien is the Cardinal closer, but many times you'll see a closer come into a tie game when you're the home team. And the pitch to Dansby, swing and a miss. 0-2.
Both pitching staffs have done their job. 2 runs, 9 hits for both teams.
O'Brien 3-4 record, a 3.5 ERA. He is ahead of Swanson 0-2, leading off the 9th inning. In a tie game, the next pitch low and away, 1-2.
Playing Swanson deep and around towards right center by a couple steps.
Here's the 1-2. Just outside, 2-2. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck, and then Seiya Suzuki. 2-2 game, ninth inning, the 2-2 to Dansby. Check swing, strike 3 called, out number 1.
Dansby, the check swing, didn't like the call, but that sinker starts out away and comes back to the outside corner. Get another look at it in our monitor, yeah, and that's about as good a pitcher's pitch as you can make.
I thought Dansby might challenge the call.
We took a look at it in our monitor. It was a strike.
1 away. Here is Pete Crow Armstrong. He's got a couple of doubles today. He pops it up foul and off to the left out of play.
You got a pitch to hit there. He got a breaking ball, and that one was right in the middle of the plate. Put a big swing on it and popped it up foul.
He homered in the 10th inning last night, remember. 2-2 game, top of the 9th inning, 1 away, bases empty. And the pitch to Pete is upstairs. 1-1. The third baseman, Jordan, is right off the line by a step and a half. So a big hole between him and Wynn, the shortstop, who's over near second. Pete chops it foul. The ball lands up in the Cardinal first base dugout, 1-2. Pete's always a threat to give you the lead with one swing. He's a great guy to get on base in a spot like this with his base stealing ability.
24 home runs. You're exactly right.
Last night, St. Louis prevailing 3-2 in 10 innings after it was 0-0 after 9. Now the 1-2 from O'Brien. And it's taken high. Nope, a delayed call. Pete thought it was high. He's going to question that call by home plate umpire Tyler Jones.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. See what we got.
And it was high. Good challenge by Pete. He's still up there. And the count is now, I think it's 3-2.
Yeah, because the pitch was the ball. Absolutely.
Here comes the pitch from O'Brien to Crow Armstrong. Down low for a ball, and apparently it was 2-2, so now it's 3-2.
Good take by Pete on a little backdoor hook.
Center fielder Fermin almost in another county. He is way back in center. The payoff pitch. Pete lines one down the right field line. That's going to be a foul ball. Foul by a foot. It was going to bounce off that sidewall and would have been a certain double, but it just hooked foul. Still 3-2 on PCA.
First double he hit into third inning, same kind of ball. He hit it down the line, hit the side wall, and he turned that into a double. That last one just missed the foul line.
Top of the 9th inning, a tie game, 1 away, bases empty. 3-2 on PCA, the pitch on the way. A swing and a foul back. He challenged him. Letter high fastball. O'Brien with a brand new ball. Lanky, hard throwing right-hander. And the payoff pitch again. Hit in the air, left center field. On the run is the left fielder diving to make the catch. Torres with a very nice diving catch over toward the alley. And that's out number 2.
He shoots this ball the other way. Good piece of hitting by Pete Crow Armstrong, but Torres gets a good break on this ball and lays out for it and makes a nice catch.
So a tie game, 2 down, top of the 9th. Seiya Suzuki batting with the bases empty. And he takes a curve for a strike. Seiya has struck out and grounded out and walked twice. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses downstairs. 1-1. Cardinals will have the 8, 9, and 1 spots due up in the bottom of this 9th inning. The 1-1 to Seiya. Check swing, strike call. It has kind of a sidearm sling it to the plate delivery. And now the stretch for the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, shallow left. Coming in, Torres makes the catch. Cubs do not have anybody reach in the 9th inning. We go to the bottom half. Cubs have to hope for an extra inning ball game again in a 2-2 tie on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison. Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book. It's ridiculous what he does.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
The more you wash, the more you feel like a...
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Tie game, top of the 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the account and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Patrick?
Webb is the new pitcher on the mound for the Cubs. First pitch is taken for ball 1 by Blaze Jordan. Jacob Webb, very impressive last night. Struck out all 3 men he faced in the 8th inning. Here is a pitch low and outside, 2-0. Blaze Jordan with a hit in 3 tries. Bottom of the 9th, a 2-2 score. Here comes the 2-0. And that's bounced out towards second base. Routine for Horner, out number 1. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
A good start to the inning by Webb.
Jose Fermin to bat for the first time today. Let me correct that. He did bat once and fly to left. He did not start today's game. Guarding the line at third is Bregman. Here's a smash off the glove of a diving Bregman. It's going to be a base hit. Bregman, by getting a glove on it, probably saved a double, as that ball was hit very sharply. He was on the line, but a smash to his bare hand side. He tried to backhand the ball and got only part of the leather on it. It rolled behind him for an infield single.
Yeah, you're playing in and you're playing no doubles, and Bregman step and a dive off the bag, and literally the step and the dive, and just was able to knock it down.
J.J. Weatherholt, the batter, and he'll take outside. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Fermin with good running speed at first.
Webb is not very quick to the plate, so it would not surprise me if you see Fermin try to take off.
Weatherholt, a left-handed batter waiting. Here's the 1-0, a swing and a miss. 1-1.
A good little inside changeup by Webb. Threw that crossfired him and had Weatherholt way out in front. Weatherholt thought that was a fastball.
Let's keep an eye on Fermin at first. Tie game, bottom of the 9th inning. Fermin leading and dancing, and Webb backed off the rubber and looks the runner back to first. He was definitely, I'm talking about the runner, definitely thinking about moving on that pitch.
Yeah, he was off from his lead, and good 10 feet he hopped off. Michael Busch yelled step off, and that's exactly what Webb did.
Another big lead by Fermin, not running, and the pitch called strike 2. What do you like here, Ron?
He's thrown him 2 changeups. One he was way out in front of, one he took. You got a choice of a high fastball or just stay with the changeup down and away and see if you can get him to swing through it.
Fermin with a short lead, not running. The pitch bounced to second. Horner will go to second. There's one. Swanson to first, not in time. Weatherholt runs very well. But now Weatherholt might very well think about stealing a bag in this spot, Ron.
Yeah, you would think so. The only issue with that is you might take the bat out of hands of Walker, but then you bring Burleson to the plate. So, you know, if you can take second base, you probably will. Walker by far their top hitter.
Walker a quiet 0 for 4 today. And the pitch. Fly ball, left field. It is playable for Happ on the warning track. He's got it. And it's an extra inning situation for the second consecutive day. Cubs and Cardinals. One of the great rivalries.
Let's take a trip around baseball for a look at some of the funkiest moments from the field.
And now he slips and falls. The ball gets by him. No, it wasn't not me. No, not me.
And it hits him right in the tucks.
Pitches that took the bat right out of their hands.
Terang didn't see it.
Man, that's tough luck.
With that wand ready to wave some magic.
It goes way over Devers' head at first.
There's a big cockroach in the dugout, apparently.
But for every time you fall, you can always get right back on the horse with a fine fielding play.
Melendez-Olber dives, makes the catch off his glove. There's no way.
How about that?
A sensational catch
by Ryan Waldschmidt.
Torque meets railing, and Torque wins.
It's gone! What a play! Brian Reynolds robs Ohtani.
It's showtime.
And that might be the play of the year for the Baldoos.
How about that?
Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Last night's winning pitcher, Luis Gastelum, is now on the mound to start this 10th inning. Cubs will have a courtesy runner. That's going to be Seiya Suzuki running out towards second. Michael Busch at the plate. Ball game tied as we start the 10th inning. Rod, what's the at-bat for Busch going to be like?
Well, for Michael, you got to look to drive the run in, but also hook this ball to at least get Suzuki to third base.
Busch takes high for ball 1.
So something that you can pull. You'd love to just hit a gapper and drive it to right center and trade places with him and drive in the run.
2-2 game, 10th inning. And the pitch to Busch, low and inside for a ball, 2-0.
A good take by Michael. Boy, you're in the driver's seat here. See if Michael gets a good pitch to hammer.
Even with the bag at third is Jordan. The lead at second by Suzuki. And the 2-0. Busch will swing and miss at a changeup.
Pretty good pitch. Wish he was looking to hit that one in the second deck. That was a big swing.
Cubs and Cardinals a 2-2 stalemate. 10th inning. Neither team has scored since the 7th. And now the pitch. Big chop foul at the plate. It hit Bush in the foot as he chopped it down on his right toe. Some of the fans have left. Most have hung around. 29,000 were here today. 29,475. Back-to-back extra inning games. Bush lays off the pitch away. 3-2. Bregman on deck. Cubs will have a right-hander start to throw in their pen. Gastelum ready in the 3-2. Swing at a ground ball toward first. Fair. Fielded by Burleson. Unassisted put out at first. On the play, Suzuki advances to third. One away. Tie game. Top of the 10th inning. The batter is Bregman. What's his at-bat going to be like?
Now, if you're Bregman, you just got to pay this off. Bushy does his job and hooks the ground ball to get the runner to third. So now if you're Bregman, you know, you're going to try to drive this ball out of the ballpark or hit a gapper. But you got to get this run in.
Infield in all the way around. Here's the pitch to Alex. Inside, it might have grazed him in the arm the way he reacted there. It did not. It's ball one. Infield in all the way around. The stretch by the right-hander, the pitch. Outside for a ball. Gastelum, long black hair flowing out the back of his red Cardinal cap. Suzuki wandering down the third base line. He's the go-ahead tally. And now Bregman will take a strike.
He got a hanging breaking ball there. I don't think he saw it right away and just took it. That pitch was up and in the middle of the plate.
2-1 on Alex Bregman. He is 1 for 4 in the game. And the pitch. Swinging a foul out of play. 2-2.
Bregman, the cleanup hitter. They're sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com.
Tie game, 10th inning. A runner at third, one away for the Cubs. And the 2-2. Bregman loops it foul down the right field line. These two teams certainly play their share of nail-biters. It's always been that way. And now the 2-2. Suzuki ready to run at third. The pitch. Line drive down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Cubs take the lead. The ball bounces off the sidewall. Bregman going for 2. Slides. He's got a double. Cubs have a 3-2 lead. Alex Bregman delivers.
Big swing of the bat for the Cubs. Big swing of the bat for Bregman. His second double of the ball game. Been on base 3 times, and that's a big hit for the Cubs to drive in that run. Michael Busch gets the runner to third. Bregman pays it off with a line drive bullet to right.
Cubs have the lead, 3-2. We are in the 10th inning with 1 away and a run in. Now let's see if they can get that all-important insurance tally. Ian Happ, the batter. And Ian will take a strike. Pretty good at-bat by Bregman.
Absolutely. Fouled off some good pitches and then just went with the pitch and just shot it the other way.
Happ looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 4. And a pitch to Ian. Line drive down the right field line. That's a fair ball. The Cubs are going to score again. This ball goes all the way down the line, and Happ will hold with a double. Cubs have scored twice and lead 4-2.
Back-to-back doubles in this 10th inning. Big swings at the bat by Bregman and now by Happ. And it's all kind of set up by Michael Busch getting the runner to third. But Cubs scoring a pair now here in the 10th.
And you can tell the number of Cub fans in attendance by their reaction After each double, the one by Bregman and now the one by Happ, and they almost landed in the exact same spot down the right field line. And here is Nico Horner. Bregman's 47th RBI, Happ's 48th Ribby of the year.
Boy, big swing to the bat. Now Nico, he's been the hottest hitter for the Cubs today, him and Pete. Nico with 3 hits in the game.
And the pitch on the way. Horner will take outside. No activity in the Cardinal bullpen. This inning belongs to Gastelum. Happ with his 48th run batted in a minute ago, leading at second. Horner takes high for a ball, or was that a called strike? I think a delayed strike, 1-1 on Nico. He's enjoying a 9-hit weekend here, Ron.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
9 for 13. Horner hits one to right. Coming in as Nootbaar makes the catch. And Happ has to hold at second. 2 down.
Another line drive, though, off the bat of Nico. Now Pedro Ramirez is going to pinch hit for the Cubs.
He's going to bat for Michael Conforto. Let me correct that. He's batting for Justin Dean.
Dean came in for defense last inning, and now he's getting pinch hit for.
Pedro Ramirez steps in, left-handed batter. Cubs on top, 4-2, 10th inning. Here's a big bouncer foul up along the first base line. Last night's game went 10 innings, lots of drama. St. Louis came from behind to win. The Cubs with a couple of relatively easy wins. 10-2 on Tuesday night, and on Monday night a 7-3 win. Now a little conference on the mound. The catcher Pages is out to talk to Gastelum. It's a long chat. The umpire at home says, "Hey boys, let's keep playing ball here."
Been a long day for the home plate umpire also. Tyler Jones, he wasn't exactly sprinting out there to the mound. Kind of yelling, "Hey boys, let's go."
Now the 0-1. And a pitch to Ramirez inside near his knuckles. Cubs are ready to fly home later on after this game. Try to get a little rest at their residences and get ready for the Yankees in a day game tomorrow. This next offering missing down low. 2-1 to Pedro Ramirez.
Cubs need one more big hit in this inning.
Pedro with a cool batting average of .315 for the year. This kid can play. And now the 2-1. Swinging a bouncer over the mound toward the middle of the diamond as the shortstop Wynn making the throw to get him at first. And that ends the inning. But the Cubs have scored twice. Will it be enough? 4-2 Cubs as we go to the bottom of the 10th inning on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dancy Swanson. Listen to
all your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Go-ahead run. Ramirez at second base. First base is open. And now, Williams intentionally walked Cabrera. Line drive to center field. A base hit for Cabrera, who swung at that pitch. Williams didn't get it far enough outside, and Cabrera alertly swung at it.
Well, Little League right here. It happens in Little League when you don't get the ball out.
Now the Marlins have the lead in the 10th.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I think if you're Craig Counsell, you're looking at pitching Webb for the second inning. You know, just trying to nail this one down and get the W. Webb's thrown a couple days in a row, so he's going to have to sit probably at least the first game of the Yankees series. So he's going to sit no matter what. You might as well just run him back out there and really, you know, let your best reliever try to get you a win today.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Alec Burleson is the first batter. Jordan Walker is the courtesy runner at second base as the bottom of the 10th inning commences. 4-2 Cubs. Burleson, left-handed batter with power, a dangerous man, takes ball one. Just in case the Cubs keep the bullpen busy with a couple of guys throwing out there. And the 1-0 to Burleson. It's taken high and outside, ball two. Cubs out hitting St. Louis 11-10. The 2-0 from Webb, swing and a miss, and you could tell Burleson maybe a little bit of an uppercut trying to launch one.
Yeah, he missed that changeup by a lot, way out in front, but he was trying to tie the game.
Right-hander Webb is ready, and the 2-1 pitch on the way. That's a fastball high, ball three, 3-1. Very few fans have left, and now the 3-1. Swing and a miss. And again, you could see Burleson just trying to dig down and trying to launch one. Bit of an uppercut. It's 3-2 on him.
Very good changeup by Webb.
The payoff pitch. Fly ball, center field. Pete Armstrong makes the sliding catch and then fires to second base, not in time. Very nice play by Pete in center. You could tell, Ron, from our angle, he was thinking, I'm going to catch this ball all the way. He did with kind of a little half slide, half dive. And then quickly got up and made the throw to second too late.
Yeah, great break on the ball by Pete. We get a great shot from behind home plate. Yeah, and he gets a great break on this ball. Catch, slide, pop up, and throw. Yeah, and that was an excellent play by Pete, and that'll bring out Craig Counsell. Counts just wanted Webb to pitch to Burleson. That's exactly what he wanted.
And there will be a pitching change. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Cubs on top 4-2. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Cardinals have a man at second with one away.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
In no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
correct that. Nootbaar is going to be on deck. And we're just going to wait to see who the batter is going to be. It is going to be a pinch hitter, it would appear.
Yeah, they have not announced him yet.
I believe this is Jimmy Crooks.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the guy working the scoreboard in PA is on a hot dog break.
That's what it is. Jimmy Crooks. And the pitch on the way to the left-handed batting catcher from the right-handed Cubs pitcher Civale is outside ball one. We like to report even hot dog breaks on Cubs radio. Here's the 1-0. High pop fly. This is into shallow right center, very playable. And coming in is the center fielder PCA. You bet. He makes the catch. 2 down. Cardinals are down to their last chance.
Crooks with a big swing, hit that ball a mile in the air into short center, really right center field. Boy, and that's a big out.
Lars Nootbaar is the batter. Jordan Walker leads at second. Cubs on top 4-2, bottom of the 10th inning. And the pitch on the way to Nootbaar. Fly ball, foul, left side, out of play. Thousands of Cub fans wearing the Cubby blue, all standing in the area behind the Cubs third base dugout. And now the 0-1. Curveball is down low from Civale. 1-1. Outfield pretty much straight away. Nootbaar has always had a little bit of power. He's hit 3 home runs for the year. Got to be careful. Here's the 1-1. It's outside, and the count 2-1.
Nootbaar is going to be looking for a pitch inner half that he can pull.
Civale ready, and the 2-1 pitch. It's swung on and fouled, and the Cardinals are down to their last strike. And I was a little surprised to see Jordan Walker running on that pitch. Were you?
Yeah, I don't understand it. The only thing that does is because you got to score 2 runs, right? And it really just kind of interrupts the concentration of the hitter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your run really doesn't mean anything. You know, if you fall down or something like that and you get thrown out.
Cardinals down to their last strike. Civale ready. And the 2-2. Swinging a chopper foul, and we'll do it again.
Civale has come in and thrown strikes.
Back-to-back extra inning games. The Cardinals winning last night. Cubs trying to repay the favor this afternoon. And the 2-2 from Civale. It's low for a ball. 3-2.
Boy, now here's where you've got to make him. You got to throw a strike here. Got to make him swing the bat.
Mason Wynn in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the Cubs win the ball game. The Cubs take 3 out of 4 in St. Louis. They wrap up a very successful 5-2 road trip through Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Big win today for the Cubs, Ron.
Absolutely. A little comeback after a very tough loss last night when you go up by 2 in the 10th inning. But they come back and win in the 10th inning. And it's, as you said, very good ball game. And as I think about this week, 8 days we've been on the road, very good baseball played by the Chicago Cubs.
They wrap up a 5-2 journey, and they are congratulating one another. We're going to take a timeout and come back with the totals. The final in 10 innings today. The Cubs 4 and the Cardinals 2. This is The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics